WOAY-TV 4, Oak Hill, Beckley, Bluefield.
The hardest working news team. This is Newswatch 4 with George Strange, Paige Beck, the AccuForecast with Jim Guy, and Gary Mendelow with the latest in sports.
Good evening, I'm Paige Beck.
And I'm George Strange. In hundreds of cities across the nation, millions of people gathered to honor lost friends and loved ones on this Memorial Day.
This is Newswatch 4 live at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Newswatch 4 at 6. I'm Kiki Vensel. Beckley police are investigating.
Live from the WOAY-TV studios, this is Newswatch at noon.
Coming up on Newswatch at noon, a former co-executive is testifying in the criminal trial for his old boss, Don Blankenship. Plus, a state political leader will tour Fayette County schools.
Below average temperatures are being felt all across the viewing area, but the plus is the sun is shining. Good Friday afternoon, and thank goodness it's Friday. I'm meteorologist Tim Springer. It is 56 degrees outside your door in downtown Beckley, and the dew point has been continuing to drop off, only 1 degree shy of the
Live from WOAY-TV studios, this is Newswatch at 5.
Coming up on tonight's Newswatch at 5, a West Virginia company announces layoffs, 2 locations in our area. Find out how many people will lose their jobs. Plus, officials are continuing their investigation into a fire that destroyed a Raleigh County home.
And it is another beautiful day out there with warm temperatures in the 70s, but how long will it last? I'll talk about that coming up.
More bad news today in the struggling coal industry as a major equipment manufacturer announces layoffs. Good evening and welcome to Newswatch at 5. I'm Courtney Rosemont.
Live from the WOAY-TV studios, this is Newswatch at 6.
Coming up on tonight's Newswatch at 6, a Mount Hope man is arrested after police say he tried to kill his wife Monday night. Plus, a case against Don Blankenship is coming to a close.
And winds out there today are getting stronger, and I'll talk more about the forecast coming up.
A man is behind bars after allegedly attempting to set his wife.
From the WOAY-TV studios, this is Newswatch at 11.
Straight ahead on tonight's Newswatch Weekend Edition, 450 jumpers and 100,000 onlookers. It's the 32nd annual Bridge Day. The highlights for the event are coming up. Plus, a 6-year-old car accident victim needs your help. See how friends and family get together to help her coming up.
Temperatures are dropping into the 40s overnight tonight. There's more cool weather on the way. I'll let you know when they'll get here with the full forecast coming up.
Topping our news this hour, a man is seriously injured at Bridge Day because of a malfunction parachute. Good evening and thank you for joining us on Newswatch Weekend Edition. I'm Courtney Rosemont, filling in for Aaron Cheslock.
Rain changing over to snow, and also have a look at Thanksgiving coming up in your full forecast. Newswatch at 5 starts right now.
Live from the WOAY studios, this is Newswatch at 5.
Coming up on Newswatch, a woman has been arrested for stabbing her ex-husband during a dispute. Plus, a Minden resident is asking for Governor Jim Justice's help in relocating all the people being affected by PCB contamination. Well, good evening and thank you for joining us for Newswatch at 5. I'm Rachel Ayers. A Scarborough woman was arrested this morning on multiple charges following a domestic incident.
Live from the WOAY studios, this is Newswatch at 6.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch at 6. I'm Yasmin Rodriguez. Thanks for tuning in.
WOAY, Oak Hill, Beckley, Bluefield.
Live from the WOAY studios, this is Newswatch at 11.
Great to have you here tonight on Newswatch at 11. I'm Yasmin Rodriguez. Thanks for tuning in. Our top story tonight, a West Virginia man is in custody on charges related to an ongoing death investigation in Bland County, Virginia.
Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. A recap of the findings coming up. And major news for international travel, updated guidelines for flights. The details ahead. And Governor Jim Justice signs a law barring abortion because of a disability and why it was one of the more controversial bills of this year's legislative session. And various leaders and supporters celebrating a huge milestone in McDowell County today. Will tell you what all the cheers are about.
Live from the WOAY studios, this is Newswatch at 11.
Hello and welcome to Newswatch at 11:35. I'm Janine Samuels. Thanks so much for closing out your evening with us. And it has been an exciting one so far, especially if you were watching Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Warriors were able to even it out at 2 games apiece with a 107-97 win over the Celtics. And now we're going to go from the basketball court to the WOAY Weather Center with Jacob. Is the weather just as exciting as that game, Jacob?
Well, if rain excites you, then you are in for a treat, but it looks to be fairly light tonight. Just a gloomy end to our work week with showers north of 64 mainly. Nothing super high impact, but temperatures cool out there. Upper 50s, 60 degrees, probably won't fall too much more tonight. It looks like we could have some more showers to start the day on Saturday, but some sun will sneak in through the weekend. I'll have a look at the full forecast in just a few. Janine.
Thank you, Jacob. Now to Washington, D.C., where reaction is pouring in from the first primetime public hearing of the White House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. The panel of 7 Democrats and 2 Republicans revealing some of their findings as they attempt to make the case that former President Donald Trump was directly responsible.
WOAY-TV, Oak Hill, Beckley, Bluefield.